Galera, estamos aqui na frente de uma estátua. Dá uma olhadinha da estátua. É uma mulher indígena americana em cima de uma tartaruga. Tá vendo a tartaruga aqui, né? Então, o que a Kate falou? Aqui. This woman is Lady Turtle. Simboliza o quê? What?
It's about how the world was created.
Como que o mundo foi criado. Interessante. Agora nós vamos mostrar para vocês, tentar mostrar a história escrita daquela mulher lá da tartaruga, tá? E a Katie, americaninha, vai me ajudar aqui. E ela vai ler e depois vamos colocar a legenda, ok? Falou.
In Skyland, there was a great and beautiful tree. It had 4 white roots, which stretched to each of the sacred directions. And from its branches, all kinds of fruit and flowers grew. There was an ancient chief in the Skyland. His young wife was expecting a child, and one night she dreamed that she saw the great tree uprooted. The next morning, she told the chief her dream. He replied, "I am sad that you had this dream. It is clearly a dream of great power. And, as is our way, when one has such a powerful dream, we must do all that we can to make it come true. The great tree must be uprooted." Then the ancient chief called the young men together and told them that they must pull up the tree. But the roots of the tree were so deep and so strong that they couldn't budge it. At last, the ancient chief himself came to the tree. He wrapped his arms around it, bent his knees, and strained. At last, with one great effort, he uprooted the tree and placed it on its side. Where the tree's roots had gone deep into Skyland, there was now a big hole. The wife of the chief came close and leaned over to look down, grasping the tip of one of the great tree's branches to steady herself. She leaned in even further to look down at something far below, glittering like water. But as she leaned, she lost her balance and fell into the hole. Her hand then slipped off the tip of the branch, leaving her with only a handful of seeds as she fell down. Down, down, down. Far below in the waters, some of the birds and animals looked up. "Someone is falling towards us from the sky," said one of the birds. "We must do something to help her." Then 2 swans flew up and caught the woman from the sky between their wide wings. Slowly, they began to bring her down toward the water where the birds and animals were watching. "She's not like us," said one of the animals. "See, she doesn't have webbed feet. I don't think she can live in the water." "What should we do then?" said another. "I know," said one of the water birds. "I've heard that there is earth far below the waters. If we dive down and bring up earth, then she'll have a place to stand." So the birds and animals decided that someone would have to bring up earth. One by one, they tried. The duck dove down first. She swam down and down, far beneath the surface. But she could not reach the bottom and floated back up. Next, the beaver tried. He went even deeper. So deep that it was all dark. But he could not reach the bottom either. Then the loon tried, swimming with his strong wings. He was gone a long, long time. But he too failed to bring up Earth. Soon it seemed that all had tried and all had failed. Then a small voice spoke. I will bring up Earth or die trying. Everyone looked to see who it was. It was the tiny muskrat. She dove down, down, and swam and swam and swam. She was not as strong or as swift as the others, but she was determined. She went so deep that it was all dark, and still she swam deeper. She went so deep that her lungs felt ready to burst, but still she swam deeper. At last, just as she was becoming unconscious, she reached out, one small paw, and grasped at the bottom, barely touching it before she floated up, almost dead. When the other animals saw her break the surface, they thought she had failed. Then they saw her right paw was held tightly shut. She has Earth, they said. Now where can we put it? Place it on my back, said a deep voice. It was the great turtle who had come up from the depths. They brought the muskrat over to the great turtle and placed her paw against his back. To this day, there are marks at the back of the turtle's shell, which were made by the muskrat's paw. The tiny bit of earth fell on the back of the turtle. Almost immediately, it began to grow larger and larger, and larger, until it became the whole world. Then the two swans brought the woman down. She stepped onto the new earth and opened her hand, letting the seeds fall onto the bare soil. From those seeds, the trees and the grass sprang up. Life on Earth had begun.